He's Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. We go to Frankenmuth, Michigan, where a man allegedly shot himself by accident inside a grocery store on Saturday, October 18th. Frankenmuth Police Chief Don Maurer confirmed the afternoon incident took place at an address I don't care about. Police have no further details to share at this time. The Kroger grocery store is located north of downtown Frankenmuth, a bustling Bavarian-themed city and a popular tourist destination. It's about 15 miles from Saginaw, 24 miles north of Flint, if you know where either of those places are. So there you go. Dude shot himself in the grocery store. All right.
Yeah, pretty fucking basic.
So if you were going, not that this is going to happen to you, but if you were to accidentally shoot yourself, where would you be? Where would you most likely be when that happened?
Where would I most likely be?
Yeah.
Most likely in my car.
Okay. And I was going to caveat, we can't count a match.
Yeah. No, it's most likely to happen in my car, or at least that's where my anxiety is highest about it, especially when I'm driving for long distances and my gun barrel is, pressed into my leg. It's like, if this goes off right now, I'm going to have a really bad day. Like, a really bad day. Outside of that, the honest truth, I don't actually carry that often. Because I'm either at my gym where I can't have my gun on 90% of the time, and I can't control it in that 90% of the time, or I'm at a bar, or I'm at a match.
I carry...
That's my social... That's my social calendar.
So I carry pretty much every day, but I don't always carry on my body in a holster. So... in my job, I ride around in a truck a lot. Or like tomorrow, now that it rained all last week, so we were doing no mowing of the ditches, but we're going to be mowing our asses off tomorrow. So I'm going to be in a tractor mowing tomorrow, and I will not be wearing a holstered pistol on me because I have to look backwards a lot and twist around in the tractor seat, and that is really, it's uncomfortable anyway. My neck's going to hurt tomorrow night, but to do that with a carry gun on, absolutely not. Sure, I could carry on my side, but the way my legs end up in there sometimes, like I'm at a 45-degree angle on a ditch or an interstate bridge or something. Like, no, we're not going to fuck with this. Now, there's weird motherfuckers out there too. Like, there was a guy sleeping next to a bridge. I think I talked about it on the podcast a couple weeks ago when we were mowing. Did I tell that story?
I don't know. I think that came up in a different conversation we had off the air.
Oh, yeah. I went across a bridge on the interstate, and there's a fucking guy laying along the ditch I'm about to mow. And I'm like, I think he's dead. Like, he wasn't like, he did not react to the mower going by.
Yeah.
And tractor. So I'm like, he might be dead. So I sent my boss a text and said, there's a guy just south of the Beaver Creek Bridge. He might be dead. Or he's sleeping. Can't tell. Not getting out to check on him, that's what the highway patrol is for. So he got a hold of highway patrol, and within 10 minutes they were there. And yeah, he was not dead. He was alive. But there's been a guy in a plow truck who got attacked. So I've always got a gun with me in my bag. But if I'm going somewhere where I'm going to be away from my bag, like then it goes on me. So that's basically how I roll at work.
Yeah.
For the most part. Anyway, so moving on. We talked about the invite-only nationals idea last week on the Patreon. And Jeff, you had more thoughts about it, and I had an idea about it as well.
Yeah. Because our buddy Austin, who needs to shut up, production is dead. Stop trying to make it a thing.
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Yes. He suggested that, we let the other divisions have a role in this. because LO and CO are so close. And while I don't disagree that LO and CO are very close to each other,
you could just pick one or the other and make everybody shoot one or the other.
I'm not against that.
Or just, LO, and then all the CO people have to shoot LO.
Yeah, I'm at this point. I'm not really against that. Whenever I'm at a major, I'll just Practice Core Competitor allows you to put them together, and so I just put them together. Every match I've been to, it adds a couple people to my division. That's it. Like so, but adding these small divisions takes away the efficiency and the pomp and circumstance of this by creating basically like filler squads. It's like Revolver. There's like 3 good Revolver shooters still active in the country. Everyone else is just putzing around with it because they think it's fun.
Or they're shooting I-Core and they're not shooting USPSA at all.
Right. So screw them.
Hey, if there was activity in production that warranted it, that was sort of part of the idea. Like whatever the activity is in the divisions each year is what determines it.
Yeah. Yeah. If it were to change because of some reason, I think the trend is going to be that more people are going to leave open and go to LO versus people being like, you know what I'm going to do? Buy a $7,000 gun that requires me to hand load my ammunition. Let's go. So the adding these other divisions to it also takes away from the logistical brilliance of it. And so my response was, okay, instead of adding, limited production, single stack, blah, 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 I'll just take top 5 of each of them. And so we'll have, 3 squads for each one and call it a day.
I don't know. I think it just, if the divisions have enough, whatever the number is, that's just what it is. There has to be so much activity in a division in a year, and everyone who gets selected for it also must have a certain amount of activity in that division that year, meaning they're not bouncing around whatever the fucking match of the month is. I'm going to shoot production in this one. I'm going to shoot LO in this one. I'm going to shoot CO in this one. I'm going to shoot LO in that one. No, it's going to be the people who shoot LO or shoot CO or shoot PCC or shoot open.
Yeah.
And in this paradigm, it's possible one of those 2 divisions might not get in there.
I prefer no PCC just because I think
it could be its own match anyway.
Yeah, I think a dedicated
for nationals,
PCC, a dedicated PCC match makes more sense to me because it's just a different game. And I did the rough calculations is that if you took the top 5 from every area and, did top 5 each division, you end up with 120 shooters. That's, still a sizable match.
That's the main match day at a level 2 pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, you have 10, 12-man squads. So you need 30 ROs. So it's not our original idea of top 3 from each or whatever, because that drops it down to 80. But finding 30 ROs, not an unreasonable number to
I think my idea is still different than what's in your head.
Okay.
My idea is not even top 3 from each area. That's a factor. That's part of the selection formula, criteria, whatever. This is for the Howler Monkey guys, the hitfactor.info guys. This is something up their alley, not mine. But whatever the criteria is, there's a number that for however whatever you have to achieve. And then there's 16 people in that division, period.
Okay.
Not more than 2 squads, whether that be 8 or 12. So either 16 to 24 people in a division, period. You literally invite the best.
Yeah. Well, again.
And it also, and the reason it's that small is because then it keeps the whole match people-wise small, so you don't have to have as many people
Right. And then it just becomes
on every bay. Like, you're basically what you're talking about is a fully staffed match.
right. Well, again, that's where the conversation around, so like yours top 3, you could still do the top 3 from each area, but as you add more divisions to the game, it adds to the complexity. So
Right, which is why I would lean more towards 16. Like, top 16 used to be a thing at Nationals. You know,
right.
It was a
So,
big deal
and-
if you were top 16 at a Nationals.
And the easiest one is do the ELO ratings that Jay Mars does. I think I like the top 3 from each area just because it makes area matches mean more and like be a reason for you to show up to your own area match.
It sort of makes your area match like a playoff.
Yeah.
The only problem is the last one of those. When is Area 2? It's like in November, I think.
Yeah. Right. And it's the silliness about our game is that, it in many sports, your state leads to regionals leads to nationals. We're like, we'll do that state match in December, and our regional can be in
it's
March.
November 5th.
And, yeah. And nationals is in October or August or June or May because reasons. So there is a complexity. If your goal is just pick top 16, again, you're still looking, top 16 for like the ELO rating, and then you'd have to have someone declare what division they're shooting. But even that, you're still talking about
It'd be 64.
Yeah. So 64 or 48. I mean, because again, if I'm doing LOCO open, 3 divisions.
Yeah, cutting out. I mean, but I know what you're saying about PCC, but if the activity's there, then fuck it, do it. It should be its own match. Yeah, I know.
I am biased against PCC. Sorry, PCC shooters. If Nationals is there to challenge you to see who's the best PCC shooter, I feel like it should be challenging you at things PCCs would struggle on, and I feel like some of those things would make a pistol shooter want to turn around and shoot the RO. So, I'm always going to side with a handgun only, and because CO, LO, and open are 60 to 80% of most matches now. Those just make the most sense to do this with. And again, like a 48 person match, cool. You got, four squads of 12. Like, okay, bring in 3 ROs for each squad and go. Like, good to go.
Yeah, as I was thinking about it, like, I was like, oh, this is a good idea. I should actually like officially bring this up with the board, and I will in the November meeting. I don't have time before the October meeting here, but to actually put a presentation together and bring this up as something like, hey, here's some board guys going forward. I won't be here in another month, but here's something to think about, And I think the org can afford it now. Like, the finances have gotten straightened out. We've got more members than ever, more activity than ever. I think the org can pay for a match to happen that the competitors show up for. The one thing that I thought of that is a little bit complicated with this, when the shooter has no skin in the game, is what if somebody can't show up, or what makes them show up?
Right.
My buddy Nick, back in the day, he was on the 3 Gun Nation TV show. And when he got the invite to go, he had to write them a check to ensure he would show up. And then when he showed up, then they refunded him his deposit, basically. Now, do I think USPSA should do that? No. But then there would have to be alternates, and...
Right. And you'd have to find, an incentive that makes you want to do this. Now, again, this is supposed to be...
Well, it's the exclusive,
it's the exclusive national
USPSA championships.
Right. And so it should be the thing that all the brings all the
Heat
boys to
would
the yard.
Yeah, yeah.
But we've also
It would be the milkshake.
it would be the milkshake. But we've also it's not uncommon for people to be like, you know what's a great idea? This. And you're like, cool, let's implement that idea. Oh yeah, you're not going to show up for it? Never mind. Whatever. Like,
yeah. I mean, that was the thing I thought of that would be sort of potentially problematic, is like, oh, I can't go because I have a wedding that weekend. You know,
right.
I mean, just the number of withdrawals. That was the thing that most surprised Bruce about Area 3 was he's like, I can't believe how many people withdraw from a fucking match. I'm like, yeah, dude. It's the thing that happens even right before it. They do.
Yeah, I'm like 3 weeks out of a match and I'm considering withdrawing just because meh. But yeah, no,
just because you're kind of done for the year.
I'm done for the year. I basically I'm going to Detroit this weekend. I'm coming up for the night match and shooting a USPSA match the next day. The weekend after that, and then the next weekend driving down to Oklahoma for the Oklahoma something dirt
All
match,
gas,
whatever.
no brakes, red dirt rumble. I just happen to be looking at it on the USPSA match calendar here.
And so I'm just like, I don't know that I have like 3 straight weekends of shit in the gas tank right now. And about half the people going from Omaha have been like, you know, if everyone backed out, I would be kind of glad. And so we're having that, like, who's going to be the first one to start the chain. But
just so that the folks in Oklahoma understand, it's not because you guys don't want to shoot their match. It's because you're just tired.
It's just I'm tired, boss.
It's been a lot.
I'm tired.
It's been 84 years.
Yep. But for nationals, if you put it out far enough with the like, hey, this is to decide who's a motherfucking champion. Like if you about this sport,
here's an idea. Like, as far as the date goes, like the previous year determines who competes in the, like, say that we did it this year and the first one was going to be next year. The 26 national champion, or the 26 champions, 2026 USPSA championship would be shot in like January or February. Now, yes, I know that would suck for the people who live in the north. But like, if we're going to get all the area matches in to determine this, that's kind of what would have to happen. Or there would have to be some sort of mandate from HQ that, like, hey, area matches, you got to be done by end of
October,
September, mid-October, something like that.
Yeah.
And then Arizona's going to be like, it's hot as balls here until fucking November. Which is why there are area matches in November, I would assume. So,
yeah. Well, and so there are complications, and that's where figuring out how to calculate this, because like the simplest way to do it, again, it would continue to make area matches not the most meaningful for the ranking of the sport, but you just take J Mars's ELO rating and be like, hey, who's top 16? Cool. Send out figure out, like, contact each of them on the list and be like, hey.
I actually like that better than using the top 3 at area matches, because the top 16, if you pick the top 16 in the country, are any of them in area 3?
Let me look at the ELO ratings.
Yeah, maybe there is, but we're just the least population dense area. That's why I'm questioning if we would even have someone in that.
Right. And so that, would you be okay with no one from the area being represented?
I don't know. But before Jeff finds out the answer to that, patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. It's only $3.57 a month, and you will get all of the rest of this episode that I'm not going to spend an hour and a half editing like I did the last Patreon episode, because we did things all out of order. Patreon.com/notanothershootingshow. It is only $3.57 a month.